That's real nice.
So cool.
That was really cool. Hey, welcome everybody back to the Goopcast. What number is this?
20.
What,
20.
This is 20? No, we're not fucking on 20.
There's no way.
No.
Maybe 19.
No.
21?
We were on like 18. No. You guys are ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
Anyways, welcome back. We're on the Misfits set for this episode, on the Misfits podcast set. If you've never seen it,
I don't know if you guys can tell.
They've got a big neon sign.
Yeah.
Well, they can't tell if they're listening, Travis.
Oh yeah, there's a big neon sign. The M is pink, the I is orange, the S is red, the F is yellow, the I is white, the T is green, and the S is blue.
Good job, Travis.
I know my colors.
God bless.
Well, we're here in Melbourne. This is the Misfits HQ. We've been here for a couple days.
Yeah.
We were here for PAX, and we never went.
No.
They kind of we've just been bussed around
Yeah.
Yeah.
to various places that are more important than PAX.
Ryan P has been busting our balls constantly.
But in a good way.
Yeah,
Wait,
but like
wait. Yeah,
In a good way.
In
a good way? Would you
We went
care to
to the-
elaborate on that?
we went to the Misfits live show, which we won't do one of those yet, but it looks really fun.
Are you saying we're ready to do a live show?
That's why I said not yet. We are
Next
not
week?
ready.
I think it'd
It'd
be
be
fun
so
to do a
fun.
live show.
They did
Well,
great.
Carson, you
It was
get
sick.
the most experience out of the live show than any of the rest of us.
Yeah. So I went on stage and I just sat there in a chair while they did their entire spiel, and I didn't do anything. That was my entire bit. Was I sat there and looked at my phone with the Sony's on. I got
Sonys.
these nice Sony headphones
Noise
from Ryan
canceling.
P. Noise canceling.
Just added him at the airport. He
Yeah.
showed up with them.
Yeah, I
Dude,
got some too.
our manager, the Misfits manager, Ryan P. at Ryan P. on Twitter, is so good at just doing whatever we want.
Yeah.
It's incredible. You know?
He's good.
He's
Yeah.
good.
I had to fly out to LA, so before we went to Melbourne, I had to come over, and I was in a 2-story hotel room at the top of one of the tallest buildings in LA, all by myself.
That's insane.
Why is this funny? It's not funny. It's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
He
It's
makes
not
shit
funny.
happen.
It's crazy.
He makes shit happen.
He does.
He took us there. This was maybe the 60th floor I was on.
Wow.
We went up to 71. You know what's there?
Your room.
An independently functioning steakhouse. And we were
Jesus
there.
Christ.
We walked in. Ryan moseyed in. He knows everybody by name. He doesn't.
Yeah. I thought so.
But we walked in. We had our own table. We had our own room. Beautiful view of LA. You saw the buildings in GTA 5 that you land the helicopters on. We were above there. We saw the helipad.
Well,
No
you
fucking
saw
way.
the helipad?
You
The
saw it?
menus, Travis, you open it, they light up.
Are you joking?
No.
Were they like iPads?
No. There were menus with lights behind them. It illuminated all the text.
Was there like a giant battery pack on the back of it?
I don't think so. It
was a
pretty slim, pretty
backlit-
nice design.
A
It's like-
backlit menu.
3 AAAs plugged in that.
No, there weren't. But they were nice.
That's cool.
You know what else was nice?
What?
Bone marrow.
Elaborate.
You wanna
See, when
explain that?
when you go on meals with Ryan P, you don't order.
Yeah.
Food
that's true.
just comes, and then you eat what you want. And Ryan P ordered bone marrow for the table. I didn't know that was a thing people ate.
Yeah. I feel that sounds like something you'd put in your body and it would never come out.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
drink.
Do you know what bone marrow is, Travis?
No.
It's like
All right. Okay. So, have you ever heard about somebody giving bone marrow?
No.
Never.
I've heard bone
What they do
plasma.
when you give bone marrow, they take a
Just
needle and they
getting
just
blood
stab it in your
plasma.
bone and suck it out. True story. That's what you were doing,
I was
but
sucking
eating
bone.
it. You
Yeah.
were the needle.
It was an open design. They had a bone on a plate, and in the middle, marrow. And Ryan scooped it out with a little fancy golden spoon, and he had individually sliced pieces of bread that were like this big. And he puts the marrow on, spreads it nicely on the bread, and lining the bone is salt, the finest salt you could ever imagine. And he takes some and he sprinkles it over, and he hands it to me, and I'm like, what the fuck is that, Ryan? And he doesn't tell me what it is. He just says, eat. And I eat. and it was fantastic. It was good. I didn't think I liked bone marrow.
Step 1 to becoming a cannibal.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Ryan P's
That's like
12-step program
That's like
to
step
becoming
90.
a cannibal.
The bone marrow is like the hardest part to get to. In the bone, Travis.
I don't like how you said that.
It's hard to get to.
Yeah, it's
Travis.
inside. It's inside the bone.
I don't know if I could actually eat like that all the time. You know?
No.
That-
No.
I feel like it's ridiculous.
We're a
We got
Benihana's
taken
family.
out. We get taken out to a nice restaurant 2 nights ago for the
Yeah.
Misfits and Gamer Sups party, and it's just like course after course of the smallest serving sizes
I hated.
imaginable.
Okay, I'm always for free dinner, right?
Oh, of course.
But I hated that. I hated it so much because I didn't get anything that actually filled me with food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
you
it's
you
too
got
small.
your wings.
I got my wings. I made a special
Dude.
request. They bust out wings for me.
I was so bummed. I didn't get a wing on the first round, and then you ordered it, and that made it so the section we were in could not get
Yeah.
any more wings. I didn't get a
there
single
were no
wing.
more wings
I
allowed
didn't get
in
to
that
taste
wing.
it, and you wouldn't
Keyword,
give me
that
one
wing
of
at
your
the table.
5.
No, I
Keyword
didn't.
That's
a
fucked.
wing. When they came around, they brought out one bowl with
Yeah.
one wing in it,
They did.
and it was like, who
No,
the
no,
fuck
no,
eats
no, no,
one
no, no,
chicken
no.
wing?
No, there was
Right?
3 wings, but
3
they
wings?
were already taken by me and Schlatt
Oh,
when you
okay,
got around
okay.
to it.
I'm sorry, a bowl of 3 chicken wings, a true
Sorry.
serving for a table, one per person.
fit for a king.
Wow.
Basically, we're not in America anymore, is what we're saying. These are
No,
different
no, it's not
customs.
even an America thing.
It's just a rich person.
That's a
thing.
rich person
It's
thing.
a rich people thing. Marrow.
They
Oh,
pay
yeah.
more for
Bone
less.
marrow, Cooper.
That was in L.A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Rich
just straight
people.
up Rich people. head out.
71st floor. So Carson, you go into the bathroom. I assume you had some Uber Eats there or something, and you're just too embarrassed to eat it
Oh
out on
no
the
no no
table.
no no! Oh,
No,
are
he
you
stole
talking about
Bud's
the
Yeah,
dinner?
yeah,
when
the
I just-
dinner.
No, I just had to take a shit.
You were there for quite some time.
Well,
You returned, and apparently you tweeted at Ryan P while on the shitter, asking him for a chocolate cake.
yeah. Well, the reason I was in there so long was I had Bucks's phone.
Oh, okay.
Our friend Bucks was his phone was taken by Ryan and then given to me, and I took it upon myself to make sure that he didn't get back for a while. And then I took a video of myself on the toilet.
Audio
Nice.
on.
And so you tweeted at Ryan. Let's just skip past that part. You tweeted at Ryan, and you said, "I want a chocolate cake."
Yeah.
And what did Ryan get
He
you?
got me not chocolate cake. He got me. I don't even know what it was. It was ridiculous. I don't know what I ate.
Was it good?
It was okay. Well, it wasn't chocolate cake though. I want. You know what I wanted? I wanted to feel garbage going into my body. I wanted it to be just pure chocolate cake. That is just like, yeah, I'm eating chocolate cake and I'm in pain, but it's fine because
Instead,
this is what I
yeah.
wanted. But no, I got some mixture of like of what was it?
I don't know.
You looked at
I
it.
was right there. I was looking straight at it, and I couldn't decipher what the fuck was in there.
It looks like hardened creme brulee to me. It's like just
That's
pure like
disgusting.
sugar milk.
Yeah.
With
Yeah, it's like
chocolate around it.
cream in there.
Yeah.
It was, ooh.
I didn't want to touch it personally.
It was
But-
so gelatinous.
Yeah, it was gelatinous. But I gotta hand it to Ryan P. Still got me the chocolate cake.
The closest thing the restaurant had to it.
I fucking hated that restaurant.
Fucking-
Rich people don't eat food. They just snack on individual plates of food and put it in their body, and then they're like, yes, these flavors.
To be fair, there were 5 courses.
Yeah, what were the courses?
I sure don't remember.
There was like a pre-starter, a starter, and then actual.
copious amounts of drinks.
There were copious amounts of drinks. People would point and,
Yeah.
and be like, "This guy." And at one point, I wanted to just start picking people. So for anyone that doesn't know, I don't drink, but it'd be very funny to just get people like the worst drink and say,
most
"This
aggressive.
guy," especially since the entire dinner is paid for, so it doesn't really matter. I didn't end up doing it because I felt bad about the concept, and everyone around me was like, "Don't do that, Carson."
You
So I
wanted
didn't.
to like just get a whole cup of scotch and just send it to someone, Like
I don't know what I was
Omnia
gonna pick.
Man or something.
Yeah.
Fucking, I got sent like 3 drinks that I just didn't want. I was just like farther than I wanted to be. I just wanted food.
And you
But
didn't
it was
get
a
it.
good time.
Yeah.
I
You
didn't
didn't
get
get
any
any real
I didn't
food.
get any fucking
No.
real food. I got all the weird
Got
like
cucked out of the wings.
washi
He got the
dashi,
wings.
yeah.
I got the wings.
Would
Fucking
you like to talk
cuck
about
the
wings
meal.
were good.
how the wings affected you? Because every time
Oh.
I would look up, you'd be in one further step down
Yeah.
of decay.
So the wings were spicy
Yeah.
after a couple minutes.
Yeah.
I ate the first round of wings. I had one, and I said, "Hey waiter, get me more of these delicious wings." And he's like, "Oh, right away, sir." And apparently you can't get more food. It had all been ordered already. Everything was arranged. So he starts walking around the table to see who hasn't eaten it because they can't make any more apparently. And so I'm upset at this. I wasn't getting my wings. So I go straight to the source. I say, "Ryan, what's going on? Where are my wings?" I ask for them, and then the plate of 5 comes out just for me, and I start munching them, and they're really hot. And I didn't know this until my face started vibrating.
Yeah. I noticed because every few minutes I'd hear, oh. I'd look over.
Yeah, no, I was
like,
having,
"You all right?"
was having a rough time. Austin from Omnia was sitting right next to me. He's just like this. And he's got his fucking Rolex, whatever the fuck. He's loving this whole outing. And he's just like, "Everything okay, boss?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah. I'm enjoying myself so much here." But no, there has to be some happy medium between abhorrently rich people food that just doesn't make any sense and
Yeah.
shouldn't exist,
Yeah.
and just the lowest common denominator food, like I don't know, shit you put in microwaves.
Well, that's what Benihana is.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you mean?
Benihana's
Get
is-
closer to that microphone. by
Benihana's
the
is
way.
a tier above like other food. It's not an In-N-Out outing.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
You frame it as if it's the poor man's food, but it is the
Benihana is
lower
the
middle
poor
class
man rich
man's
food. Okay. Benihana. So for anyone that doesn't know what Benihana is like they cook for you. It's a hibachi place, and it's like very good food, and
It's so good.
it's really good. What I'm saying is it's poor man rich food, right?
Yeah, definitely.
What we were eating the other night was barely food. It was. I'm putting this in my body and ingesting it. I'm not eating.
I saw the phrase on the
like
menu.
grazing.
I looked down and I saw the phrase "hot mint slaw."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Where the fuck am I? People don't eat that. Why would you choose to eat that?" I thought that was part of the meal. It wasn't. It went on the pork belly, which were about the size of a pair of dice.
Yeah.
Also on
Yeah.
the menu, at the top, the first thing they put on the menu was may contain traces of illegal substances.
Illicit substances.
Illicit.
I think that was a
Illicit.
Misfits thing.
Yeah, they made those.
Yeah, they made those
Damn.
Yeah.
those menu
That wasn't
things.
the
That's,
restaurant.
that's why your face was vibrating.
No.
They spiked.
God we
they
doesn't do
spiked
that.
every third
Ryan
wing.
P. spiked. the
I didn't
wings.
say it was weed.
Oh, just fucking
Just
crack.
illicit substances. You don't know. It's Ryan P.
Crystallized meth.
Well, there you go. It's so out of my realm of expertise that I didn't even know it was a joke. I was just like, yeah, maybe rich people do this. Maybe they eat food and they're like, well, which one's got the meth in it?
It's like Russian roulette
Yeah.
but for food.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Anyways, we've been having a good time in Melbourne. Melbourne's a really pretty city. Like
Yeah.
it's gorgeous.
The buildings
I was
have,
taken
like-
aback.
No. It's fucking Minecraft here. Everything is like modern Art Deco. It's just like the fucking food we ate at this fancy restaurant. It's like,
Soulless.
I don't know. Yeah, there's no
Soulless.
character to it.
I disagree.
There's a building.
What do you mean
I'm
there's
not
no-
going to say what the building looks like across the street, but it's weird. It's not no character to it.
It looks like you're trying to cover something up here.
Yeah.
It feels like the buildings are like like they needed to hide what was underneath the building, so they were like just a bunch of smooth metal or something.
I don't know.
Just so you can't see it.
Well, what do you prefer? Like
Art.
Oh,
I like you ever
They
like
like
go to
the
New York
ornate
and you see like
architecture.
the old like the buildings from the 40s, like the old Art Deco stuff. Like think of like the Empire State Building and like buildings like that. That's
so you just
impressive
don't like that
architecture.
it's new.
No, I don't like that it's uninspired and boring as fuck.
I don't think it's uninspired. I think there's a lot of cool buildings around.
Yeah,
Made
and
of
those
glass
same
and metal.
buildings are
Yeah.
literally everywhere else in the
Yeah,
world.
yeah. It looks like any other city.
It
be
really
fair,
doesn't. I think the skyline's really cool here.
Me and Noah walked around and we went to the Melbourne Museum.
That's a
and
beautiful
There
building.
was
Yeah.
just really pretty buildings.
Mm.
Like, yeah, not boring.
The more sort of there's absolutely like beautiful historic buildings like interspersed, but like the new constructions here are just weird to me. Like they don't do it.
I think
for
they
me.
look cool.
I think
How
they
do you
look
feel
cool, too.
about Melbourne?
I like modern.
The buildings are very different though. Like I think the buildings like in like compared to where we're from, like San Diego, there's a lot of taller buildings, and they're not just like straight up and down.
Mhm.
Like it's not like a straight like rectangle going up. It's like there's different floors and like different like they're different. I don't know how to explain
They
it. They're,
jut out.
yeah, like they're not completely. I don't know the word.
Flat.
Symmetrical?
No, it's
not
like-
symmetrical. They are symmetrical.
It's like they're not like perfectly like aligned.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're like moved around and stuff. I really
Mm.
like that. And
Yeah,
they're
I think
all
they're
different
cool.
colors. Like on like the buildings are different colors and stuff.
I do like how colorful the buildings are. I think that's what I like about Melbourne. Because I mean, I hate when a city just is kind of blank.
Gray.
Yeah, gray monoliths into the sky.
Yeah,
The
the
only
concrete
color.
jungle.
Is the human feces on the street.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah, the coolest place. We were in the shopping center, and we walk out, and we're in Chinatown now.
Suddenly.
That's the coolest place I've seen.
Yeah.
They had little like lanterns
Yeah.
across the buildings, and we decided to go to a nice ramen place.
Oh, we did. We didn't
did.
decide. I decided. that
Noah
we were
decided.
Going to a nice
Noah
ramen
said,
place.
"This is the best ramen I've ever had, second to some stupid
Terakawa ramen
yeah,
in Philadelphia.
yeah, Philadelphia." But we go there, and what happens?
We go there. I order my nice spicy black ramen,
Black
as I
ramen.
do. Cooper gets his. Cooper starts eating.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you get?
I get
do you
fried
get?
chicken.
Yeah, no, you
Yeah.
got chicken nuggets is what you
I
got.
got
It might
fried
have been
chicken.
called fried chicken.
Sure.
It might have been called fried chicken.
I
But
got
what it
chicken
was,
nuggets.
What it was were chicken nuggets.
Okay.
With like a few leaves on the side
Sure.
and some
Yeah.
sauce on
I
it.
didn't eat those.
And I looked over at you, and I was like, "What is this guy doing?" And I said, "You need to try this now. You need to broaden your horizons." You had a
Yes.
straw, and I was like, "Do it. You can use the
Oh.
spoon if you want. I'm willing. I'm willing." And
there
you
were
know-
a bunch
and-
of
and
different utensils there,
Oh,
and I
so many
refused to
options.
use all of them.
You refused.
I was
You
trying to
dug
figure
your
out how to
heels
use
in.
the chopsticks. I resorted to the Carson method of just stabbing it.
Okay, listen.
once.
All right, let me defend my honor here. I am so bad with chopsticks, and I usually just get a fork. Okay, I didn't defend anything there. Go on.
Anyway,
There's no defense here.
Schlatt digs his heels in.
I don't
I
dig
dig
my
my
heels.
heels in.
Well,
You
I,
dug your
I
heels in.
said I said one thing, and I said I don't eat poor people food. Chicken tenders, fried chicken, chicken nuggets, whatever you want to call
What
them.
do you
Noah.
mean
That's
you don't
not
eat
These are
poor
a
people food.
delicacy.
Yeah.
These are a
That's what I
delicacy. Okay. Ramen, you put in microwaves. You fucking
Not
get a
this
block
ramen.
of this shit. It comes in prepackaged bricks.
So does everything you love.
So, at this moment, I was kind of just paralyzed by the sheer ignorance that I was witnessing. So I was
Well,
like,
I mean,
well, I can't let this go, right? And I said, fuck it, I'm not eating until he eats. And
And
then
I
we
ate.
sat there.
We did. We sat there for quite some time. You seemed really upset that I didn't want to eat your food.
No,
Yeah.
I was disappointed in you. I was like, wow, look at this guy.
It's like two
Just-
grumpy old men
No,
in
that's
a
not
little fight amongst themselves.
I felt like I got transported back to elementary school recess.
Yes.
and I literally
That too.
I finished my ramen. I was like, Schlatt, this is really good. If you're gonna try ramen, this is the place to get it.
And I said I wasn't
then
going
he's
to.
Like,
I
"I'm
simply
not gonna do
wasn't
it.
interested in it.
I'm wham wham.
I simply wasn't
And
interested in eating the ramen.
so
Cooper
I
finishes
said-
his meal. You finish.
Yeah.
and then he leaves.
He leaves.
And it's just us.
And I'm done with my meal as well.
Yeah.
I ate my fried chicken. I enjoyed it. And you were just there.
And I said,
No. I'm
No.
just going to sit here. I'm just going to sit here.
Yeah.
Not enjoy the food that I wanted to eat that brought all of us here today in this nice ramen restaurant.
In life, you have to make sacrifices to move
There was no
forward.
sacrifice there. It was just you sitting there letting your food get cold.
It didn't get cold, though. I kept turning it over, seeing the steam,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Oh, this
I'm
is
good.
good. I'll just
I'm
stall.
good.
I'll just
I'm
stall
good.
here for a second.
plenty of time. Those bowls hold their heat. How
Noah-
long did that go on? 30 minutes?
Maybe.
Probably around
It
that
was
I don't
a
long.
know.
decent bit.
All
had
I know is
finished
that
my
you
meal.
offered me money to eat
I did.
your food.
I got up to $80. I said
You
I will.
did.
I said I will pay you $80 to take a sip of this ramen
and I didn't
right
want
now.
to because I don't eat poor people food.
You didn't want to because you knew you were wrong and it was too late.
I wasn't wrong.
It was too
I
late.
just wasn't
you
interested.
smelled that ramen. You were like, that does smell
I
pretty
didn't
good.
smell anything.
You know what I said?
I
said,
smelled my
I
fried
said-
chicken.
I said, I can't smell. All right.
I know.
Don't come at me with that right now. All right. Anyway, you know what I said to you? I said, this tastes like barbecue. And you know what you said? That sounds pretty good. And I could
Yeah.
see in your eyes, you know what I saw?
No.
Hesitation.
There was no hesitation there. I said that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Because I wanted you to eat the fucking ramen
Mhm.
that
You were considering
ordered,
it.
that you paid for. There was no consideration at all. I didn't even. This guy offered me $80. $80. You had it in your hand.
Every man
Please,
has that
Schlatt,
price.
eat my food. Eat my ramen. Even though you've eaten, even though Cooper ate and he's gone.
Did you
I'm
just
willing
leave?
to pay you
Like, you genuinely
$80
just left?
to
No,
do
okay,
you a favor.
So
And still you decline.
I like tried to mediate the situation because ramen is good food and you're
Indeed it
stubborn
is.
and he didn't want to eat it and you're stubborn. And so I just was like, it's time for me to leave. I don't need to sit here in recess anymore. The bell's rung. I'm going.
Oh,
And
you've
it was
clocked
time
out.
to walk. Yeah,
I think
clocked
that
out.
makes sense. I
Yeah.
think that was rational.
Yeah.
Unlike
And-
these fools.
So I've realized that that's why laws take so long to get passed on the East Coast is because everyone's got their head up their ass. It's how it.
And then how did it
tangible,
end?
small.
You guys
How
are
did it
both
end, Schlatt?
dumb. You know that, right? You guys are both stupid.
No.
No.
See?
Listen, it ended because I was getting so upset that this man had taken everybody out to a nice place on his dime to eat this fantastic bowl of ramen that he wanted, and he wasn't eating it. I simply felt bad. I said, Noah, please, I know you offered me $80 to eat your ramen. I'll give you $40 to just start eating.
No,
it."
no, no. That's
Yeah.
not how it went.
Yeah.
You said, I'll give you $20. And I said,
Okay.
no, 40. And then I took it.
So I gave him $40.
You gotta haggle a little bit.
And
I mean,
then
you
he
can't- you
started
never
to
take
eat.
the low
Then he
ball. I mean-
finally ate his ramen.
Why is this ramen dinner worth $80 to you people?
It's not.
It's not the ramen. It's, the experience.
principle.
It's the principle.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, dude. Eat the fucking ramen.
I didn't want
We're
to.
going back there
It's
after
poor
this.
people
We're going
food.
back there right now.
They slapped
We're
that
going
shit in a
back
wet
there.
bowl and microwaved it, Noah. And you know what they did to my chicken? They fried it.
You know what they did to your chicken?
Delicacy.
They pulled it out of the freezer
Delicacy.
in a plastic bag and they popped it in the microwave,
Nope.
just like an Applebee's.
Au
I saw them-
natural.
You know what I heard? I
No.
heard the frozen pieces of chicken going out onto the plate
you?
as they
Did you?
opened the
They're
bag.
still moving?
Yeah.
They're still moving?
Yeah.
Well,
no,
let me tell you.
No, just solid. What? It's moving. They dumped it
No.
out onto the plate, right into the micro. They didn't cover it with a paper towel. They covered it with saran wrap.
Wow.
You know what that does to a man?
What does it do?
Kills you.
Kills you.
Kills you.
I mean, he's right there.
I'm right here.
No,
For now.
both of the
Give it a couple
both
more
of
years.
the food morsels were well prepared and tasty. this is just
Anyways, let's talk about something else. Let's move on, boys.
what
I enjoyed the flights here.
I
Well,
actually had
well,
a good
flight.
time. I time traveled.
You time traveled?
Yeah, fucking
Yes, did
edibles are
I.
a hell of a thing, man.
Yeah.
It's you just
That's. I mean,
like
isn't
a
it called
off
fast
button.
travel?
time
Supposedly.
travel, fast travel. Whether you're a
I like
gamer or
fast
not.
travel.
I
I'm a
like time
gamer.
travel. I know you're a gamer. No, it's like I fucking can't fall asleep sitting straight up, and I knocked out for like 10 hours. So
Yeah.
it was a really good time. Didn't get any REM sleep though. Felt like I hadn't slept, even though I just fucking woke up from falling asleep at 14 hours and 52 minutes left and waking up at 3 hours and 52 minutes left. Felt like I hadn't slept a wink.
I got REM.
Yeah, you did. My man
So-
upgraded.
Right when we got to the airport, we get up to the check-in line. At the end of the check-in line, I'm talking to the people with Ryan, my manager, and Ryan says, "Do you want business class?" And little old me thinking, "This is my first international flight ever. I might as well treat myself." So I got business
No,
class.
no, no, no.
No.
There was hesitation
Carson,
to the answer.
you said no, and Ryan said, "Oh, you have to."
He did not say you have
And
to.
so you go,
broke
"I'll
like a
take a
twig."
business. I'll
He
take
didn't
a
say you
business
have
class
to.
ticket."
He said, "Do you want to?" And I was indecisive.
You were pressured
And
into
then
it.
Ryan pulled the trigger, and I am very thankful for it.
You know what he
No,
did? He
no.
snapped you like a bone and then he sucked out the marrow. That's what happened that night.
You know what happened that night? I got
$2,500 for poor sleep.
I got 10
compared to mine.
glorious hours of sleep.
You know what,
It was
Carson?
fantastic. I got my own little private cubicle. I personally value my privacy. I got like a cubicle where I could lay down during the flight. I got a wake up breakfast. I got a dinner before bed. I had all these nice things, and I was so happy. That was my favorite part of the trip so far. Listen,
You know
You
how
heard it
he's
here
complaining-
first.
you know
Money
how
can buy
he was
happiness,
complaining
everybody.
about rich people shit
Yeah.
before, and here he is upgrading at the gate.
You know,
to
I just spent some money and it really
$2,500.
made me happy to spend that money.
It did. And you know what else he did? Right when we were about to check in, there's a little like bodega, whatever the fuck, right across the airport, and he walks in, and he buys a sandwich, like a little tiny, like, can't be bigger than this.
okay, this is a different subject altogether. There was a $16 sandwich,
$16.
and I bought it.
US.
But that is a different problem
And it made
altogether.
him happy.
You have to understand, when I am hungry, I am shutting down, and I was shutting down in that moment. And when I'm shutting down, I will do anything to feed myself. The people I live with know this for a
Yeah.
fact. I shut down when I'm hungry.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I'm sorry. I wish
just
it
how it
wasn't the
be.
case.
I know.
Listen, I am personally not offended that you upgraded at the gate, because
Thank
how I
you.
see it is when people make poor financial decisions, that money gets sent right back into circulation and it'll eventually end up in my pocket. So
That's the kind of mentality.
yeah,
That I
so
like
it
to
just
hear.
doesn't bother me because it just keeps it going and it'll end up in the right place.
See, I feel like it's just a difference of what you
if you
guys
had
think
fun.
is a poor financial decision versus what I think is a poor financial decision. Because if I enjoy something at the end of the day,
Well, that too.
I think it was a worthwhile purchase.
Yeah.
You know, I landed in Australia and I felt great. I was feeling great for a couple days, and then I got a little bit sick. And it's been a little bit of a struggle, but I think it was worthwhile.
I've
So.
had 2 bathroom floor kind of nights
Yeah.
so far. Actually,
2?
just one. Because of the Misfits party
Yeah,
that they held at the smallest venue in Melbourne, Australia.
it really was so tiny.
For the amount of people who
I could
fucking were
tell.
there.
I could tell for the people that were there, it would be a good time, and it
Yeah,
seemed
it
like
was
at the
fun.
end of the day, it was a good time. Personally, not like me and Schlatt's
No.
cup of tea, but that's just us. And that's because I mean, for me, it was really difficult because
He's famous.
oh,
You walked in, and immediately, before we even go inside, you got people shouting for your name.
Yeah.
You know? They want pictures and shit, and it's inside the venue. There's insanely loud music. You can't hear anyone talking, and you're just trying to coordinate pictures with people.
Yeah.
I'm talking with some guy, and I see Carson. He's got a fucking conga line of people trying to, like, part the Red Sea to get the fuck out of the building. It's like 15. It's been 15 minutes since we got there.
yeah.
And Carson is drenched.
I got mobbed, and then
Yeah.
I was just drenched in sweat.
Yeah,
And I was
that's-
like,
yeah.
we have got to go.
Yeah,
The
we're out.
the sweat thing isn't even like funny either. Everyone was sweating their ass off. Like
Yeah.
it was no ventilation. Like in the VIP lounge, it was just like everyone was drenched.
Yeah.
I was standing there just kind of respirating BO. It was like, I felt like I was like, am I going to pass out? Because it feels like what I'm breathing isn't air. It's just like body odor particles and bacteria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great night, though.
It was really
I had a
fun.
great time.
Cooper and Noah stayed there the entire time, pretty much. How late were you guys
Back
there?
around midnight. I
Midnight.
think.
Yeah. And then the three of us, me, Travis, Schlatt, all went back to the B&B.
We were gone in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more like 30. I have a specific memory of me being in the Misfits like private section for a little bit, which was also tiny and sweaty. And I was just sitting next to Max Mofo, and he said my name is Jeff, and I was like, "That's awesome, man!" And I bro fisted
See you
him.
later.
I'll see you, man.
It's been a nice party. This is
then-
my cue to leave.
Yeah, and then I got anything for views to bulldoze through the
Nice.
crowd so I could get out. But Travis just was just high.
Yeah, poor
How did-
Travis got so high he couldn't walk straight. So.
No, I could.
Well,
What?
that's what you told me.
No, I didn't. I didn't say that.
You said you were having trouble walking.
No.
Yes, you did. I witnessed it. I watched you struggle to walk down, like, as we were outside across the street.
I don't remember that.
You turned around
enough.
when, like, the Uber got there or something, and you moved, like, one leg over and then, like, the other leg over. I was like, what is Travis on right now?
I don't remember that.
It was- That's why.
Yeah.
But we all just got back to the B&B, and I fucking passed away in bed. I've passed away in bed like every night here. Like I go to bed and rot. That's how I am on these trips. It's really bad.
And he doesn't wake
We
up
had a
until
great
like
time.
Oh no, I
2
wake
p.m. the
up. I
next
wake up
day.
at like 9, and then I'm like, why would I get out of bed? And then I stay there for an extended period of time. Sometimes asleep. Sometimes
I think
not.
the hardest thing, even for like everyone, is like it's hard to get up because you know the first thing you're gonna eat is not gonna be good.
Not
Yeah.
if
Because
you have
everything
up
on
and go.
Uber. All right, chill. Everything on Uber Eats here, besides like McDonald's, sucks. So you have
No,
to
McDonald's
go out to
sucks.
get food. And I mean, yeah, McDonald's is McDonald's, but like it's what you get. You know what I mean? Like you know what you're getting, but everything else I feel like has not been good.
Yeah.
Nando's, not a move.
I don't know. I enjoyed Nando's, but the issue is we're spoiled on
True.
on food right now. Like everyone here probably likes Nando's, but if you could get Chick-fil-A,
Yeah.
you would always pick Chick-fil-A because Chick-fil-A is fantastic, except on Sundays.
That's the Lord's day.
But I mean, Nando's was fine. You didn't like it all that much.
No, you just go to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, you just
Except
go to
you
Chick-fil-A.
can't because everything's backwards here. People drive on the wrong side of the road.
Everything's upside down too. Speaking of driving on the wrong side of the road, me and Travis on the way here
Where's this
today.
going?
Oh.
On the way here today, we got a very interesting Uber
yeah,
driver.
Mom. I don't even know his name.
No, I have no idea.
I don't even remember
I
his
think it was
name.
an Indian man. He was Indian, right?
I have no idea.
It was something. Anyways,
He's lived here for 10 years.
yeah, and we get in the car, and one of the first things he says is, "The weather's really sunny today, unlike my mother-in-law."
He says the weather's really sunny today. It's not usually like this. It's usually like my mother-in-law.
And we're like, "Oh, that's a little strange."
Oh, it's one of these trips.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of these people.
No.
When you're suddenly thrust into being the Uber driver's therapist or
No.
counselor. It's happened many times.
It wasn't even that. It was like this guy's comedy routine, but it was just the same joke every time with the mother-in-law statement. He was like, "You guys drive on the wrong side of the road in the U.S." Ha 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 ha. No, we drive on the wrong side. And then he starts going on about how in Australia you have your left hand free. But in the U.S., when you're driving, you'd have your right hand free, which makes more sense. And then he says, "When my right hand is free, I can stab my mother-in-law."
He's like, with my right hand free, you can do so much more stuff. You could hold things with your hand, or you could stab your mother-in-law.
It's like, what?
5-star rating.
Dude, I was
I'm
sitting
tipping.
there. If he had not been in the car, I would have been dying laughing because it was like,
Yeah.
it was like one of our bits.
Yeah.
And then we come up, we're just driving, and we see like this really nice car. I think it was a Lamborghini. He was like, "I think that's gonna be my next Uber car." My mother-in-law would not approve of that.
And then it just kept
keeps
happening.
going.
It just kept happening. It was like two people like flew by in cars and honked super loudly, and he goes, "Both my mother-in-law."
I guess they were my mother-in-law.
It was like,
Oh.
man, dude, you've got to work on your
Yeah.
routine, man.
And then someone pulled out in front of him as he was driving. He's like, "Dude, that must have been my mother-in-law."
it just kept going.
If you're a mother-in-law in Melbourne, Australia, Watch your back.
Yeah, you might
'Cause
get
he's coming to
stabbed
get you.
in the passenger seat with the left hand.
It's either he like one group of people laughed at this super hard, and now he says it
Yeah.
to every Uber people like
Passenger.
Uber passenger he gets, or he just really despises his mother-in-law.
Or he just really likes the joke of just hating his mother-in-law.
yeah, I mean, if it makes him laugh, that's all that really matters. But it was really funny.
Did you tip him?
Not, I'll do it right now.
Good.
How much?
Say
How much does
very-
he deserve?
How much should I? How much?
tip.
How
should
much
I-
does he deserve?
I don't know.
You can leave a little comment. Great
Enough to-
conversation.
Yeah.
Great conversation.
Hope you get rid of your mother-in-law.
Good luck. Yeah.
Great
Here's
guy.
a left-handed knife.
Weird relationship with his
5
mother-in-law.
stars.
Wait, what was his name? What was his name?
His
Oh,
name
man.
was. Well, I don't want to. I don't.
Oh yeah, you probably shouldn't
Yeah,
I
say
I
probably
say it on the
shouldn't say it.
podcast.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm gonna.
Didn't
I'm
we
gonna
say
tip him
the
20
name of the dude in
AUD.
TwitchCon? Uber in the
I
last
don't know.
podcast.
What?
It's like Obabo or whatever.
Oh no.
Osvaldo.
Osvaldo.
Give him
No,
a-
Obama.
Carson,
I don't know,
give
I
him
was
a
thinking Obama.
compliment.
Give a compliment.
Yeah.
Great conversation. Write a thank you note. I hope you're okay.
Stay out of prison, buddy. Stay out of
No,
prison.
don't say that. Just say say
I-
something about his mother-in-law.
I hope your mother-in-law treats you better. What should I say?
Just say
Seek
don't
help.
get caught. There you
Don't
go.
get
No,
caught.
I'm not gonna do that. He's gonna be like,
Well, now I have confirmation.
They've approved.
Oh my god.
I hope your mother-in-law treats you well! Exclamation point. Save note.
He's
So-
just waiting for the first Uber passenger who's like, you should do it. It's time. And then he's like, finally.
that.
Oh my god.
He was an interesting driver. That's all I have to say.
I like getting interesting
Yeah,
Uber drivers.
we hop
Though-
in and immediately start a conversation, and I like that.
I mean, I think there's some that's like it's fun that they're interesting. There's some Uber drivers that are like like the one we got at TwitchCon that
the dude who immediately called Travis a douchebag.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You are such
Damn.
a douchebag.
'Cause I was-
What'd you do?
Okay, so I don't even remember exactly what I said but like I got in the car and I was just like doing a bit outside, like talking like, bye guys.
Oh yeah,
We had a big
he
group.
rolled the window down and then went put his head out and said, "Bye guys, see you later." It would be you start talking about how like they didn't have their Uber or whatever, and then the driver's like, "You are such a douchebag."
Yeah, and like for a little bit more context, I was in the passenger
Yeah.
seat, like not the like the seat next to the driver,
Yeah,
Yeah.
the front passenger.
Shotgun.
but that
Yeah.
dude was a dick. He was just
he was aggressive.
Yeah.
He'd be the type of Uber you'd want on the way back from a party.
Yeah.
Because he'd just be saying shit that like only a drunk person would find funny.
Mhm.
But when you're sober, it's like, this is unnecessary, man.
Yeah, it was a
Shut.
little much.
Do you remember the Uber after the Misfits party at TwitchCon? Or no, not after the party. It was the next day. What the
don't know.
driver was talking to you about?
I don't know.
When I was KO'd in the back? When he was going on about
Oh shit, dude.
clubs?
Oh god. Yeah. Let's not even go there.
No.
I'm not comfortable. This guy was talking about. He was a really old guy. We had a couple characters.
Yeah, we
Ride
did.
home from the zoo shoot we did at San Diego Zoo. We had a guy pick us up in a Tesla, and
Oh yeah.
he was like dressed kind of similar to what I'm wearing right now, and he's playing like classical music.
Yeah, his shirt was like a pure white button
Yeah.
down, long sleeve button down, and then he had the beige pants,
Just a string of unfortunate drivers.
dark
Uh,
brown
yeah.
belt. He was in his white Model 3 Tesla.
Next Uber we get,
Yeah.
this guy really just obsessed about party culture, and he's way too old. He's like 40, 50 years old. He's talking about, those parties, those girls like put something on, right? People do ecstasy there, right? I'm like, yeah, man.
And
No, it's
meanwhile,
in the
all
back.
this is happening, like 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes, 10 seconds before we got in the car, manager Ryan, of course, has to feed me a dab. And so I'm out of it in the back of this car.
Oh yeah, I was
And
in that Uber too, wasn't I?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
were,
remember.
but you were passed out. And so
I wasn't
I'm like,
asleep, but I was cooked.
I'm high as fuck. I'm not gonna deny. I'm in the back. I'm coughing like some sort of crackhead, and I can tell. I could just see Schlatt every now and then going at me like,
It was
"What the fuck is this
embarrassing. It
degenerate
was
doing?"
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like I was worried that my rating would go down as an Uber passenger, but then I was just worried about the guy
Yeah.
who was actually fucking driving the Uber.
That's what I mean. It's like I felt so bad when I was coughing. I was like, I
Yeah.
look like such a fucking dickhead right now.
Yeah.
And then I was catching bits and pieces of this conversation, and I was just like, I'm just gonna hold it in and just stop, pretend like I'm not here.
I'm not even,
even know how
I'm
to
not even the
react.
worst one in this car right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the next day we had to get 2 separate Airbnbs because part of the one we were renting was, I don't know, we ran out on it or it needed to be clean or something, and so we're like a 5-minute Uber away. And the next morning we go back because we have to pack up, and this guy is in like military gloves, like combat, like hard knuckle fucking gloves, and we get in the car and he's like, yeah, I got a lot of opinions that people don't like. And then I'm like, yeah,
Was he a
dude,
socialist?
don't
or
even
something?
get me started, you know?
He was like a communist or a socialist?
No, he was in the
He was
military.
the opposite.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
That was my driver
Yeah.
at VidCon 2018. My Uber driver to the airport on like a long ass ride to LAX. It was like an hour probably. I get in the car. I'm like, this is gonna be fine. I was exhausted. High again.
Wow, you sure
and
do that,
I'm in-
don't you? No, I'm just
I was
kidding.
traveling.
I'm just
And
kidding.
so I'm in the back. Yeah, I was in the back, and he starts talking to me about like politics, which is of course what you should talk to your Uber passenger who doesn't
That's
want
how
to
you get
fucking
5
talk to you
stars.
about.
Yeah.
Like I kept like ending it.
say 5 stars?
That's how you
Yeah.
get 5 stars
Yeah.
from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he starts talking to me about abolishing private property and all these sort of things. And he just keeps telling me, he's like, you really got to vote. You really got to vote. You really got to vote. I'm like, And then we get to the airport. I was like, that was a great fucking ride, man. I get out. I gave him 5 stars, but I didn't tip him. And I left like the comment and I said, I don't tip the Reds. That's what I said. He thought I was a commie the entire ride.
Wow.
Got out scot-free.
That's so funny.
I was kind of concerned that he was going to pull into an alleyway and start like curb stomping me if I told him that I didn't believe in the abolition of private property.
Fuck's sake.
You get some
LA
characters.
Yeah, you do.
Terrifying.
LA?
Yeah. There's
Oh,
just
do
people.
we really want to talk
No.
about LA?
No.
Uh-oh.
No,
Why
no.
not?
We're saving that for Josh.
No. I mean just
Oh.
in general.
Oh, yeah. We don't like
Not
LA.
not
Who-
not
I
the
mean-
Burbank story.
Oh, the Burbank story. Stay tuned. But shit. Yeah, we've been going to LA a decent bit because of Carson gets invited to things
Yeah.
now because people realize he lives in California now.
Yeah.
So we've been making the commute almost dying every time because
Yeah.
people in LA do not know how to drive or they're impaired. Either too old, too tired, or drunk or high.
Yeah.
And just send it through lanes completely sideways.
It's been fun though.
Yeah, no. Good opportunities there.
Yeah.
Don't want to live there.
Don't want to live there.
Yeah.
Never want to live in LA.
Oh. Oh Lord. What do you think, Flat? You spent a lot of time
About LA.
in Hollywood Hills Airbnbs there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a taste of the high life there. I mean, it was all manager Ryan.
That's
but,
all it takes.
Just
a taste.
It just takes one taste. Even in a 2-story private hotel room, you could hear a homeless man screaming right outside.
What was he screaming?
I was 70 fucking floors up, and you can hear a guy "Ah!" every 5 seconds. It's 4 in the morning. It's 4 in the morning. We get in at 4, and of course, you know, I only go to bed at like 6 because Ryan orders us room service. You know, we get the full, roll out the red carpet. We got pizza delivered to our door at 5 in the morning, and then I try and go to bed, and there's a homeless guy screaming. You know, L.A., I guess.
You got a nice helicopter ride.
Yeah.
So, we tweet at manager Ryan. We've had this meme with Ryan that we're states based and he is obviously here in Australia. And if we want to talk to the guy, we have to get up at like super early or either stay up till like 3 at night. And so the best way to get his attention is to just add him on Twitter.
Yeah,
and so he gets all the interactions.
Yeah,
he just sees the notifications coming.
I started all this by we're in LA, and we need to get into his house when we were in there for pre-TwitchCon.
Yeah.
And we didn't know that the front door was just open. So I tweet at him at Ryan P.
He was passed out.
Yeah, he was just asleep. His phone was dead. There's no way he's gonna see this tweet. We managed to get in the house. We go into his room through the outside through the window. No, not the window, but the big.
This was some stupid shit.
Yeah.
I witnessed this from an outside perspective of their little invasion tactics. So we get to this like big house like in the hills, and then we're like waddling around trying to figure out a way in, like texting Ryan and stuff.
Trying to find a way to breach the compound.
And I was just like, what if it's just unlocked? This is Ryan. And then I opened the door.
Yeah.
And so I immediately was distracted by the hot tub still on, jets full, fucking Frito bags and smart water spinning around in the hot tub. And I was like, okay, that's funny. And I was just like mesmerized. And they had gone around the outside, up the stairs, to the private balcony of the master bedroom, gone directly through Ryan's like sliding door, and just woke him up.
Yeah,
They,
Carson,
like, all the way around and right in.
Yeah, Carson went up there. He was first. He just peeks his head through and he's like, Ryan, wake
No
up,
security.
buddy.
He was
Wake
naked.
up. And he's like, I don't want to see that first thing in the morning or something. And then Carson's like, all right, I'm coming in. And he walks in. And then I came in after. And then Ryan's like, I asked Ryan, did you not see my tweet? And he's like, no, my phone's dead. And a little while later, he's like, why? Why'd you tweet this at me? And why does it have so many likes?
And now, whenever we want something, at Ryan P on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
So, I mean, if you've seen us at Ryan peeing on Twitter, that is what we're doing.
Ryan peeing.
He says he's annoyed by it, but he secretly likes all
He
He
the
likes
loves
the
it.
attention.
He
a
loves
lot.
it.
you logged onto the Misfits Twitter account and added him, right?
Yeah, I
That was
said
really funny.
hungry.
And then
Oh my god.
and then you replied on the Goop account, hungry,
Hungry in all caps. By the way, follow us on Twitter
at Goop Media.
at Goop Media, and Instagram at Goop Media. If you haven't
Mhm.
done that yet, very important stuff being
Yeah.
put up on those accounts.
Important.
We
Content.
actually on our Twitter we just post quotes from like our day-to-day lives.
I feel like people don't think those are real quotes.
Oh,
but they're
real.
so
no,
real.
they're 100%
It'll be
real.
like
Too real.
Like us four,
They're too
yeah,
real.
Quotes
us four
and
in the
actions.
car, like going to dinner or whatever, and then there's just like, I'm
Oh,
thinking
it
of the
happens
truck
so
nuts
much
one.
in the car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like everyone goes fucking feral mode in the car, and
It's
just,
because we're all hungry.
says something super stupid, and then someone's like, fucking draft that.
Draft that.
Like,
Put
put
it
in
It's
in
draft,
mostly
like, right now.
Carson and I like communicating back and forth, or like
Yeah.
and then,
attempting to communicate.
yeah, and then or it's like me just like kind of Cooper says something, I just say something really dumb, and Cooper's just like, why?
I feel like we would get the other members in more on those quotes if we actually talk to them
And-
in our day-to-day lives.
Yeah, and
more.
like if we, because all the quotes are never like us talking online. It's just like us,
Yeah,
like
Face to
sitting
face.
next to each
it's
other,
outside factors
like
that
in
cause
real
it.
Yeah.
life, like talking to each other.
For anyone that doesn't know, which you should know by now, me, Cooper, Noah, and Travis all live together, and Schlatt does not.
Neither does Ted or Charlie.
Neither does Ted or Charlie. They're in school. Schlatt
Mhm.
just dropped out. But
leave of absence.
Leave
I had
of
to start a
absence.
company.
I'm
Oh, yeah?
also
Starting a
taking a
company.
leave of absence.
yeah, a
Whatever
gap
you
year.
want to call it.
A
And
gap
I'm
year.
taking a leave.
Me too. Hey, put it there.
Are you? Yeah,
Dap
dap
me up.
up. We're in Australia.
Holy shit! Can we talk about dapping up?
Dapping up is the
Oh, I
best.
The
love
rush.
dapping up.
I've developed the best emoji combination for dapping up, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's the wave emoji, and then the
Actually,
fist punch
oh,
thing.
don't do it like that.
Don't.
Should we? I think we should keep that low key.
What, dapping up?
Yeah.
Well,
Why?
too late
it
now.
It seems like an intimate cultural experience.
You
for
think?
for this group? Yeah.
Well, we're already talking about it.
They are.
Too
I'm
late
sure they
now.
know what it is. I'm sure everyone does it.
Nah. We're gonna explain it.
All right.
So for anyone watching, you'll be able to see this.
Mhm.
But for the audio listeners,
Here,
it's
Carson, let's do a
it's It's
demonstration.
a slide.
So
It's a slide of the hands and then a fist bump, and that's called dapping up. And it's an intensely intimate cultural experience every time you do it. It's a rush.
I love it.
I dapped up last night, and then like an anime protagonist, I had blood just spew from my nose, as if what?
Were you aroused?
No,
By the dap?
no.
It was just so much, like-
so much power.
Are you
Pure
a
adrenaline.
dap fetishist?
Pure adrenaline.
I just want to make the anime protagonist nosebleed analogy. It wasn't a fetish thing. Why are you looking at me like that? Okay, so maybe I derive a little bit of sexual pleasure from it. Tap me up, bro. Hell yeah. Fuck. Anyone else turned on?
The East Coast reactions immediately. A back and a look.
All right.
great.
Well, how are we doing on time?
Time. Let me look at this.
We run a
Like
professional
another-
show here.
Or like 50 minutes.
50 minutes?
What?
Want to tell knock jokes?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Mm.
How about we just talk about future Goop plans?
That sounds good.
All right.
Goop.
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 What is Goop?
So
Goop is slime.
we've lost a lot of footage.
Major L.
Yeah.
Wait.
Major L.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, we
we-
don't know exactly what footage we lost yet.
Yeah. So we had a few plans to do at TwitchCon because everyone was there
Mhm.
to get filmed, and we did some of it, and it was more of a dry run.
It was our first time
Yeah.
doing this. Like
So it was like a little bit rough around the edges, but then it became a full gravel pathway as soon as one of the cameras went MIA, and a lot of fucking footage was just gone.
Yeah.
Which I don't feel like blaming anyone for because it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But it's more of an experience and
it's a learning curve.
a learning experience for future endeavors.
It's a
And,
mistake that you make once and then never make again.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful
Yeah.
that it happened.
Yeah.
So the plan is to get some shit going ASAP for just straight up IRL content.
Yeah. So
And-
for anyone that doesn't know, our plan is, along with this podcast, which we want to be able to do a set like this, where we're all at a table talking, which would be really nice. Along with that, we also want to have an IRL channel where we do certain specific ideas that we have that we wouldn't really necessarily have a budget otherwise unless we had Goop.
Yeah.
And that's just a bunch of fun stuff that we think is good to do as a group and would be fun to do with the 7 of us.
And that channel is linked in the description.
Yes, it is. Good. Nice.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
good.
If you're-
Dab me up for that one.
Well, I mean, I don't think audio listeners. If you're an audio listener, you're gonna have to find it yourself.
yeah.
But anyways, we have an IRL channel. It's just called Goop. This channel is called Goopcast, and then there's one called Goop. And we'll be putting all the stuff on there. We've already done a little event, which was the Lifelink event, which we'll be throwing up with the launch of Goop, which we don't have a date for. A lot of
Still-
stuff's up in the air.
Turns
Yeah.
out, starting something like this, a lot of work.
Very difficult. Yeah.
Well, a
And
lot more
especially
planning.
because all of us do our own shit.
Yeah.
So it's like a double juggle time. And then some of us are still in school.
Yeah.
And that's like triple double juggle boy. And it'll be a minute, but it'll be good.
Yeah.
And it'll start rolling way better once everything's set up.
My main shit is not stressful. This, very stressful. The Goop stuff has been,
So many moving parts.
yeah, it's a lot to handle. But I think it's going to be worthwhile.
And it's kind of like the main thing isn't stressful, but having to do this and then on top of the other things makes the main thing a little bit more stressful because you have to juggle it as well.
I think if I was exclusively doing Goop, then it would be easier to handle. But like we don't have any grasp on how to organize and like work together. Like we're terrible at working
And
together
people
right now.
and some people have very ridiculous schedules, Ted. Very.
Yeah.
Well, and
Got a lot to
that's
do.
not. I mean,
We're not blaming him,
Yeah.
but
Ted's
it's
in,
just
like,
a little harder
25
to.
clubs, the social butterfly motherfucker. Why don't you just be a nerd like all of
dude,
us?
why does he have to be so talented and good at everything
And so
also an
outgoing and-
acapella?
Yeah. and
Acapella
Can you
boy.
believe that? Can you believe this guy?
I can 100%
we go see
believe
him?
it.
I know.
It makes perfect sense. Can we see him?
I want to see him do that.
Can we just show
Can we-
up?
yeah, like unannounced. That would be really funny.
I don't know.
Ruin his night. Traumatize him permanently.
No, I think he would.
No, he'd fucking eat it up, dude.
Yeah, he'd eat it up. He'd be like, "Hell yeah, the
You
boys
guys
are
like
here."
it? Woo!
I think
Yeah.
I think people shouldn't give him shit for doing acapella
No,
because
it's-
it's
he would
just
not at all.
another example of him being able to do so much.
Mm.
Ted's ridiculous. Ted, I don't know how that man exists.
Not at all.
The powerhouse.
He really is a powerhouse. It's crazy.
Human ingenuity.
But yeah, so I mean, I saw some shit about people don't know who's actually in Goop or Goop talent or whatever.
Let's just lay it out for him.
Yeah, so it's us five, me, Schlatt, Cooper, Noah, Travis, and then it's also Ted and Charlie.
And those are the people that are actually like a part of Goop, like
Yeah.
the 7 like actual people that contribute and everything to it. But we also have some backstage people. that
Yeah,
also
so I mean, there's gonna be
contribute.
more people around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Um,
like we're excluding the boys. But
But yeah, it's just something we're building right now. For anyone that doesn't actually know what Goop is, I don't know. we don't really know yet, but
Yeah.
we're working on it, and I think it's exciting. We'll see where it goes. I feel like it's something that fans will enjoy, and that's why we're building it. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for today's Goopcast. I think we hit an hour, which means we
Yeah,
don't have to
pretty
talk
much.
anymore. We can leave.
We're
Yeah.
out. We're done.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
not
it's
leaving.
been
That's what that
um,
means.
very
Yeah,
fine podcast.
Nice. Play us off. Nice. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.